Good morning, everybody. It's the three buff guys back again for another episode. How is everybody doing today?
I'm doing good, more or less. How are
Okay.
you?
I'm doing wonderfully. I clicked on our statistics just before starting. I see that we've had a few views this week, so we're heading in the right direction there. We'll be global players shortly, having people all over the world recognizing us wherever we go. And besides that, I'm also feeling very positive about the week behind me and the week ahead of me. Last full week in Austria ahead of me before we move off to Texas. So it'll be a week of abstinence, and it'll be a week of using up stuff from the fridge and the freezer. Looking forward, though.
It's exciting. I'm very, very
And you,
excited.
Thomas?
Oh, I'm happy. I'm very happy to be here, to be alive, doing this thing we do every Sunday. I love it. It's the highlight of my weekend. So I'm just in a really good spirits today.
Good spirits. Episode 48, by the way.
Okay. Sorry
Please
about
mind the doors.
that.
Please mind the doors.
Sorry about that.
We need some new photographs. These ones
Oh, man.
are way too old now.
We'll pay for another vacation for us, and then we can.
That is not the right answer.
Okay. But soon.
All right, then. Here we are. 13th of February, 2022. More than a year behind us now. So I'm going to start this week. How was the last week? The last week was hard. There was only one thing motivating me every day. And it's a terrible motivation, but it's true. My motivation was I don't want to have less steps than Thomas this week. That was my big motivation. So even though there were days when I was absolutely dead on my feet, I had to go walking. So that is one reason, one of many reasons why this call makes sense, to keep each other honest. So it was hard, but it was good. And today, for the first time in a long time, I walked up to Schaumburg. I was fighting myself to do it. I kept looking for excuses not to do it. But I got up there, and I got up there within the hour. And considering it was really icy up there at the top, before I went to England, before Christmas, I was doing it in about 57 minutes. And today it took me 59 minutes. So there's life in the old dog yet. So tell us about your week then, Thomas.
So I got on the scales today, and as I do every day, and I had gained a pound. 1 pound is what I've gained from yesterday to today.
Yeah.
And for the first time ever, I think, I looked at that pound and I thought, okay, just got to get it back off again. I didn't feel defeated. I didn't feel upset. Yesterday we did a lot of work, a huge amount of work. Work in the yard, work in the garage. We did some painting. We've really been active over these past few weekends to try and get things ready for when you guys come up and see us. It's given us motivation to do some jobs because we're still new in this house. It's given us the motivation to really start tackling the projects that we've just kind of let fall by the wayside. But I said to my fiance, I said, you know what, I want to do something special. This year I haven't had any fast food. I haven't had any treats, anything like that. I haven't given into temptation. If I can burn 800 calories by noon, I want us to go and get dinner. And so I was out in the yard. I was moving piles of bricks. I was moving big, heavy plant pots. And I actually went and I did some punching on the punch bag, and I got the marks to prove it. I did 2 rounds, as in 2 rounds of 3 rounds, and then I got up to 830 calories by 11:20, and so we went out and we had a nice dinner. I got myself a really good Caesar salad. I did put on the full dressing and stuff, but I just had a really nice night. We watched a good movie, and I knew that what I was having was going to have a higher calorie count than what I'd been burning. So I was aware, but I had a really good time. I felt really good about it. And then I got on the scales today, and I don't feel disheartened. So I think that's just a big turning point for me. My biggest blocking point right now.
Hang on, hold on. Don't get ahead of yourself.
Yeah.
Quick question. What did you drink with your meal?
I had a Gatorade.
Okay.
Yeah, I had a Gatorade. I'm still trying to stay away from sodas because I do think that I am addicted to those.
Okay. Just by the way, it's just working out. 1 glass of this is a pound.
Okay.
So this is roughly a pint. There's 2.2 pints. Or what 1 liter of water is 2.2 pints. No, let me work it out again. It's about a pound.
Right. My biggest blocking point.
No.
What?
It's over to Thomas. Over to William first.
Oh.
So my week hasn't been as good as your week, Thomas, I'm afraid. I don't know. It's difficult finding the motivation on some days to go out and do the steps, especially if you don't like. It was my semester holiday this past week, so I haven't had much opportunity where I didn't go into school every day and I didn't have stuff to do every day. So I know it was a bit more difficult this past week to get out the apartment and actually do the steps, but in the end I managed to do them. Yeah, I don't know. I've been stuck at the same weight for months now, and I don't know what to do. Don't know how to push past that.
I think that if you just keep going as you are at the moment, then the seasons will help you, because in just a few weeks' time it will be spring. And it'll be getting warmer, and you'll feel more motivation to be outside. You'll be doing more. So I think if you can just stay static for the moment, that's a step in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know myself at the moment, it is a real challenge to get up and get out when it's cold and when it's icy. And once it's warmer, it's slightly easier.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Agree or disagree?
Yeah, I do agree. I mean, but the past week has been absolutely stunning in Vienna and not too cold. And still it was difficult going out most days. Or just once I'm out, it's fine then, but until I get out, then that's the difficult part.
Yeah. And also having something to do when you're out, just going out for the sake of walking around and around and around. It gets occasionally to be a mindless activity.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to do something, if you're going to meet somebody, if you're going to walk up a hill or race somebody else up a hill, then you have a target. If not, it's just, oh, shall I turn left or shall I turn right? Shall I go back yet? Let's look, see how many steps I've got. Oh, I need to go walk around a bit more.
Mm.
So sometime soon it'll be easier. Trust me, I'm a father. All right then, Thomas, come on. What is currently your biggest blocking point?
Okay, just real quick. Do you have lots of parks, William, sort of nearby?
Yeah.
Did you ever think about possibly getting some friends together and you guys could go out there of an evening once it gets a little warmer and taking a ball or something and just kicking it around, having some fun?
I have, but like then we come to the excuses that it does get dark fairly early. I mean, it's getting later now, thank goodness, but
Mhm.
it's still quite cold.
Okay.
And I don't know, I don't really have friends that do like to do those kind of sports. They like other sports, so running, but I hate running.
Friend in me. You got a friend in me.
Are you
Sorry,
done?
I've gotta be grown up.
But yeah,
Come along then, Thomas. Over to you. Your biggest blocking point.
My biggest blocking point at the moment, I think, is Florida. While I'm really excited about it, and really excited to go, there's also a part of me that just wants to get right back into it, and just because I've really liked my meal prep. I've really liked the strict regimen. Everything's already portioned and counted out beforehand. I am just a little bit. I just kind of want to get that part over, if that makes sense.
Oh, only a little bit. If you're going to visit people who were overeaters of junk food, then I would agree with you. But knowing a little bit about the people you're going to meet, if you tell them up front, look, I'm really serious about this, I need your help, I want to enjoy myself but stay reasonably on the straight and narrow, I'm sure that they won't be forcing food down your throat. That's one thing. The other thing is what you've been doing over the last 40 something days isn't sustainable over the long term. So with you having to go to Florida and cope with real life again, I'm sure you'll do fine. And I'm sure that when you get back from Florida, you'll get on the scale again and think, well, was it worth it? Yes or no? And hopefully the answer will be yes. I really enjoyed the time I had. And now I'm willing to get back on the mission and lose the couple of pounds that I put on. So we started off right at the beginning of this thing about not beating ourselves up, about enjoying it, about living a good life and having fun. So go and have the fun. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Wise. And you, William?
in what way blocking point? Like, I don't understand.
Okay, so at the moment, I've upped my game on the steps. I've not seen any significant result on my weight. And I know at the moment that if I look at where I was before Christmas and where I am now, your mum and me have lost the plot a little bit because the portion size is big again. And even though I say to your mum, don't put so much on the plate, she puts more on the plate than she would have done before Christmas. And I sit there and eat it. And I don't really, sometimes I don't really enjoy it because I think I'm only eating this because it is on the plate. I've enjoyed half of what I've had, but I can't waste the rest.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit of mentality that we need to clean out the cupboards, clean out the fridge before we go, so let's eat things up. But it's also the fact that we've got back into a bad habit. And that's something that we're going to fix. Now, this week ahead of us, we can use it as an excuse and say, hey, look, it's the last week here. Or we can say, look, it's the first week before we travel, so let's get this thing under control and let's stop doing it. So that's my blocking point with them. That's why my weight is staying where it is. And I'm sure that if I stop eating the bigger portions, then I'll feel more motivated because I'll be seeing the weight coming off. So that's my biggest blocking point.
I don't.
You haven't got one. It doesn't matter.
No, I'm sure I've got one. I just don't know what it is. That's a problem. That's why I don't know. I'm glad I didn't put on any weight over Christmas, but I haven't lost any weight over Christmas. Like, I haven't lost or gained weight for months now. It always fluctuates between like 93, 92, 94 kilos, always between that line. And 2 weeks ago, after I went running, I got back and I was 90.4 kilos, and I knew that was, I don't know, that was a exaggerated number, but then when I stepped on the scales a few days later and I was 93, I don't know, that really messed with me a bit, upset me a bit. So I don't know. I know I have to do more. I just, I don't know. It's difficult to find motivation, and I definitely have the will. I don't know.
Well, that's your blocking point. You've reached that plateau that so many people reach where, I mean, your body's already in such good shape that it's finding it hard to find other areas of your body to optimize and improve. Therefore, you only have so much weight you can lose, and you're just on that plateau right now.
There's still enough that I can lose.
Maybe your body thinks otherwise. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because it sounds like you're being really active. So maybe your body's just having a hard time figuring that out.
I'm the same amount of active as I was 3-4 months ago this way. I don't know.
Yeah, so you got to up your game then, haven't you? The low hanging fruit is gone now. So you need to, perhaps now is the time to find a fitness coach that knows what he or she is talking about and say, this is what you need to do to get to the next level. I found a perfect fitness coach for us last night on Netflix. A guy from Nepal who climbed 14 mountains, each one higher than 8,000 meters within 7 months. Climbed Everest in a day.
I'm not from Nepal, I'm from Idaho.
Pardon?
I'm not from Nepal, I'm from Idaho.
Oh, this guy, truly inspirational. It just, these mountains, like Everest, K2, and other phenomenal mountains, he was doing them in single days. And he wasn't your typical mountaineer in that him and his Sherpas, that they were partying and they were starting off hungover in the mornings. But this guy apparently he used to be in the Gurkhas, and then he went for selection for the special forces. He became the first Nepalese member of the special forces in the UK ever. And his training to get into the special forces, each morning before work, he would run 20 miles with 70 pounds on his back. So was it 70, 35 kilos? And he would do it in the evening when he got home as well. So maybe we should hook up with somebody like that to get us going. Or maybe not. But this guy, you've got to watch it, because when he starts, he stands up there and he said, and he lifts up his shirt and he's got a great big baby there, big belly. He said, "This will be going soon," and sure enough, it went fairly soon. All right, I'm waffling along. Sorry, I'm monopolizing the conversation.
All right, the challenges for the coming week. Pa, what do you got? What are your challenges? What are you setting yourself?
I am setting myself an average of 20,000 steps per day. That's what I set last week.
20,000 steps a day.
That's for one.
Not bad.
I got to get some steps in the bank this week, because it's going to be difficult the week after, spending the whole day on the plane. But the upside is, no, there's no upside. So,
do you arrive early in the morning there?
No, late at night.
Okay.
Late at night, and there's hardly any transit time, so not much time to walk around airports. But that's okay. I'll still have a good weekly average.
Are you flying business or economy?
If I told you that, son, I'd have to kill you.
Because I'm just saying, you could just do the occasional walk down to the back of the aircraft and back.
The kitchen.
Avoid the snacks, but
You know me so well.
yeah, I think it's because we all have that problem.
What's on the shelf at the back of the plane?
Like, I'm sure you won't remember me. I've only been here 7 times on a 2-hour flight, okay?
Yeah. What about Kevin in New York with the sticky bandits?
Oh, God.
Rub the tape on my hands. And it's not the same when you're picking up apples and pears and oranges.
No, it's really not.
It is not.
Right, so that's what I'm going to do in the coming week. Keep the steps up there. And I'm going to make it clear that the portions are going to be smaller this week, except maybe on the weekend.
Do you guys have a food bank you could donate stuff to?
It's all frozen. Or most of it is frozen, isn't it?
Yeah. And
now I'll be coming home.
Oh, golly, no. I best up my fluid intake now then. All right then. What about you, Thomas? Your challenge for this week?
I want to use Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday to really up my ante on exercise and eating to get my number down as low as I can before Florida.
Okay.
That's my goal.
Hey, I tell you what, you're in a much better shape now than you were a couple of months ago. A couple of months ago, you might have had to have had the extended seatbelt in the plane. But now you're a long, long way away from that.
Oh, God, that's a scary thought.
Mm-hmm. Okay, you, William.
I know I said it a couple of weeks ago, but I really want to go to the gym. So I'm not sure if I should try and go tonight, or if I should start next week or start tomorrow. I know it's tricky.
Don't put off till tomorrow what you could do today. That's something that Granddad would say to me.
Is the membership expensive?
It's €35 a month for me as a student.
Okay.
So it's doable. It's like one-time eating out or something, going to a restaurant,
Yeah.
I would say.
Can you not go to one just for a practice, just for a trial?
You can, yeah.
Give it a trial.
Okay.
Okay. My energy level's a bit low at the moment. Let's see what's okay. So I'm where I was last week, so I'm not going up, so it's going in the right direction. Stepwise, this week I am the winner so far. There's hope for Thomas. Oh no, 6. You finish on the 12th, so right, okay. So I'm definitely the winner this week. And you did more this week than last week as well, William. You're a little bit down this week, Thomas, I noticed. Not much, but a little bit.
Thank you.
Thank you for rubbing that in, Pa.
It's pointing that out.
But still not too shabby. Very unshabby, in fact. Very good, in fact. So what's that all in it? So 76, 77. You must be about the same as me. Like 116, 232, 300. So 304. There's 200 miles between us.
Well, I'm all about the mileage.
Roughly. Can't complain at that. All right, then. I think that energy level's low today. I think we should finish this and go and drink some water and go out skipping. And hey, get your skipping rope out this week, William.
Yeah, I know.
You know, I just took a look back. I took a look back to our second stream our second one that we've ever streamed. Just looking at our steps. And Richard, well, for you, Pa, your total steps, 82,000. William, your daily average was 9,800. And for me, mine was 13,800. So, I mean, you just think about where we are now. William, you were at about 13,000 steps. That's 3.2K more than what you're doing back then. I mean, you 82,000. When was the last time you had a number below 100,000? I mean, that's a
long time ago.
Huge. How far we've come. Huge.
We've come a long way. Right, Thomas, do your stuff.
All right, guys. Another week in the books. It has been a good one. I'm going to be going off to watch the Super Bowl today. Hope you guys have a wonderful, wonderful week. Make some great decisions, and goodbye from me.